Hey guys! So this is my first live Q&A. I guess I'm a minute early. But I guess I just wanted to answer pretty much any of your questions that you have about my life or HLHS in general. Yeah. So I guess before we get any questions, I can just talk about whatever. Let's see. I guess we can talk about my cath is coming up in December. I have a cath on December 12th in Florida. I am not excited about it because I haven't had one in over 20 years. I think it's like 23 years. So I haven't had a cath in that long. So I'm really super nervous about it, but it should be okay. I guess we'll see. My fiance will be there, my mom will be there, and I'm pretty sure they'll keep you updated on everything when I can't. And that'll be December 12th for my cath. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. Yeah. So, can also talk about, we did the Tampa Bay Heart Walk last weekend, and that was a lot of fun. I went with another heart family, and they have a little girl, Lamaya, who has HLHS. She was awesome. We did the full 3 miles. She did great. I was a little winded at the end, but it was good. It was fun. It's always fun when you go with like a group of people and you just talk about whatever. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. I'll answer anything. Let's see. We talk about school, I guess. When I was in high school, nobody really knew about my scar. I know you guys know that, but I didn't really show it like I do now. And only certain people knew. Like my best friends pretty much knew, and I didn't really tell people. People would only ask me about my voice because it sounds like I'm sick all the time, but that was pretty much it. They would just ask, why does your voice sound like that, or are you sick, or whatever, but that's pretty much it. And so not a lot of people in high school really knew because I didn't really tell anybody, but then after we graduated, I made this blog and now everybody knows, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But yeah. And in college, everybody pretty much knew because I didn't want to hide it anymore. Didn't want to not be myself, which this is not it's part of me. It's not a whole me. It's just part of me. But yeah. So pretty much a lot of people knew that in college, but that was fun. Good luck. I have a baby 2 years now. Oh, she's in the hospital? Why is she in the hospital? I hope she's okay. Unless she's getting one of her surgeries, then hopefully that's good. But yeah, in college it was easier, I guess, because you don't really know everybody and you're starting all over again. When in high school, you grow up with these people, so they know you from kindergarten on. That's my dog growling. Leela, come. Come here. But yeah, so I guess from high school on, kindergarten on, everybody knows who you are if you stay in the same area. So it's kind of nice to start over in college where nobody really knew who I was, so I could really just give that just be who I was. Sorry about that. She likes to bark out the window. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. I know this is my first time doing it, and I didn't give a lot of notice, but if you have any questions, you can ask at any time. Yeah. So I guess I can talk about flying again because I talked about that before. Flying, I'm not really good with motion sickness as it is. So flying in general sucks. The last time we flew to Minneapolis, Minnesota for the Mayo Clinic conference. That was a long flight. Usually the flights that we've taken are like 2 hours. I think this one was like 3 hours, and it sucked. My feet were swollen. I didn't feel great, motion sickness, and I had to like stare at something the entire time on the plane, and that was not fun. And when we got off the plane, we had to drive probably half an hour to our destination, and so I couldn't really put my feet up yet. My feet were so swollen. It was horrible. And so I have to like keep my feet up basically when they're swollen for at least probably a half hour or so, depending on how swollen they are. There was another time when I went to the Men and Little Hearts conference in 2015 where I was on my feet pretty much all day, and I wore the wrong shoes. So my feet were like stuffed in these shoes because I haven't worn them in a long time, and this is the time that I wore them. So when I got after the conference, we went back up to the hotel room. My feet were huge, and it was bad. So I had them up for probably an hour or so to get them down. That was not fun, but I got them down, which is good. Sometimes they get swollen randomly. Like if I'm on my feet a lot throughout the day, they'll get swollen. And I'll have to put them up at the end of the day or before that. Sometimes I have to put my feet up in the car. If my fiance is driving, I'll just stick them up on the dash because they get too swollen sometimes. That's pretty much the only thing that gets swollen. My hands don't really get swollen. Sometimes, if it's hot. The only reason I've noticed it now is because I have a ring. And when my fingers are swollen, I can't take my ring off. It's like stuck and I can't even move it. That's the only time that it gets swollen, is when I'm like hot or overheated. That's pretty much it. Let's see, conference is coming up next year. Men and Little Hearts is next year, sometime in June or July. And Mayo Clinic next year is in October again. I hope I can go again because that was so much fun. I'm just going to try and go to a lot of other cardiology conferences, so that way it's more well-rounded than just like Men and Little Hearts or just CHT conferences, just so people can understand us HLHSers. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. I'm not going to do this for too long, but it'll be on here. But if you have any questions, you can ask whatever you want. Let's see. Running. I guess I can talk about running. In high school, we were supposed to run the mile. I've seen on a couple of the HLHS pages, people were complaining about their gym teachers making their HLHS kids run. I had an awesome gym teacher in high school. He knew about my situation, he knew about my heart and stuff, and he said, just do what you can do. So in high school, when we had to run the mile, I walked it. It took me a lot longer, but I did it at least. And then in high school, I didn't really do gym. My cardiologist said that it would be much harder in high school, so I didn't have to do it. So I had a doctor's note that exempted me from gym class, which was kind of nice. But I did have to do all the other classes. But gym in middle school with that mile was not fun. And yes, other kids noticed, and they would ask. I think I would just say that I had a heart problem. I didn't really go into it because I really didn't want people to know that much about me. I was a very shy kid all through high school. Very shy. And I didn't want people to know pretty much anything about me. which I guess is weird now that I think about it. But yeah. But I was a very shy kid and didn't really have many friends. But yeah. After high school, went off to college and it was a lot different. I know everyone at the HLHS is different. There's people that I've met who are in high school right now and they know, everybody knows about their heart and they're fine with it. I guess it was different, when I was in high school. I don't know. Yeah. I hope you guys can ask some questions. I don't want to just talk about myself. Let's see. Can talk about... I guess I do get tired easily when I work, because I'm constantly moving at work, and I have an Apple Watch where I check my heart rate every once in a while, and it gets up there. It's pretty high. But again, I'm constantly moving at work, so it keeps my heart pumping, I guess. Sometimes I can feel when I'm stressed a lot, I can feel it in my chest and it hurts. So like, let's see, for example, the other day I was super stressed with the kids at work and I had to remember to calm myself down because my chest was starting to hurt. And I think it hurts, we can feel it more than the average person. I don't really know, but at least I feel it more when I'm stressed. And I can feel my heart, not my heart, I guess my chest hurting. And I can feel my heart pumping more, like, and have palpitations. I can feel all that. So it's kind of weird when I feel that. But then I have to remember to slow myself down. Oh, she's 8 months post-Glenn? That's awesome. When is her Fontan? Or is she having the Fontan? Speaking of the Fontan, I've noticed a lot of HLHSers are not really having a Fontan. It's flu season. How do you try to keep from getting sick? Do you take vitamins or other supplements? Speaking of getting sick, I am sick right now. I've been sick for probably a week, and I can feel it in my voice. Again, I work with kids, so I get sick a lot easier. When I was in 8th grade, I got my tonsils taken out, which really helped with me not getting sick anymore. So that helps me. I take a vitamin, a women's vitamin, daily vitamin, but then I also, whenever I get sick, I also get a lot of fluid in my ears. So it sounds like I feel like I'm deaf, like I can't hear anything. So that's always fun. So anytime I get sick, I have to go to my general doctor and they give me an antibiotic, they flush out my ears, and within a few days, I feel a lot better. Right now, I'm taking Mucinex because I'm congested, and I've okayed that with my cardiologist. Okay, so she'll be scheduled for a Fontan later on. That's good. But yeah, flu season is not fun. It's funny because in Michigan, I get sick a lot more, and in Florida, I get sick, but it's not as bad. I do have some allergies to flowers and stuff, so I do get like allergies, so I have to take an allergy pill every once in a while. So right now I'm on Mucinex because I am sick, and I'm trying to get rid of this congestion before Thanksgiving, so I'm not sick at that time. But working with kids does not help because they get sick and they're germy, and yeah, so that's always fun. I try not to get sick. I wash my hands a lot. At least I try to. And I keep antibacterial stuff with me at all times. It's in my purse. So I can pretty much do that at any time. I'm kind of addicted to it, but I guess if it helps, then it helps. Yeah. I guess I could do more to prevent getting sick. I don't really know what else I could take. I do read the back of all medicines, though. What about CROP or respiratory virals in general? Yeah, when I get respiratory sickness, I'm out. I can't go to work. I can't function. That hasn't happened to me in a long time. But when I get respiratory sickness or viral infections, I'm done. I need to just sleep and sleep and sleep. It sucks the life out of you when you get those. I don't really know about CROP that much. I guess I'd ask a cardiologist or general doctor. Thank you. I hope I start feeling better too. Yeah, they're very snotty. I work with kindergartners and first graders, so they are interesting little ones. Coughing everywhere, picking their nose or whatever. It just gets everywhere. It's not fun. Yeah. I can talk about, let's see, flu shots. I guess I can talk about flu shots. I know that I need to get my flu shots, but my cardiologist here said that if I don't want to get it, I don't have to. Which in the past, I used to get flu shots all the time, and I've gotten sick so much from the flu shot, and I don't want to get sick. Thank you for sharing this. When are you coming to Atlanta? I'm not far from Atlanta. I can come anytime. I'm just in Florida. Whenever I have a free weekend, I'll come to Atlanta. I have 3 other kids, so totally get the being around other kids and catching the credit. Yeah, it's not fun. Not fun at all to catch anything. But the flu shot, I got it a lot as a kid for the flu shot. As an adult, I haven't gotten one in a while. It just makes me super sick. I want to meet you too. I want to meet everybody on my page. I wish I could just travel around and meet everybody. Do you still have a pulse ox? Yes. Like a pulse ox reader? Or is that what you're talking about? I do. I have one of the ones that you put on your finger. Those are great to have. And they're sold at Walgreens and CVS. I've seen them. And I also have, there's apps that you can get on phones. A monitor, yeah. I have just a little one that goes on your finger, and then I have an app on my phone that measures pulse ox, heart rate, and blood pressure. I don't know how accurate it is, but it works. I mean, if I can feel my heart racing and I check my, pulse and it says that it's racing, I'm gonna believe it, I guess. I want to come to Dallas. I drove through Dallas last year driving from Vegas to Florida, but I didn't stop. I'll have to come. My fiance wants to come to Dallas for sure. We've never spent time there, so we'll come at some point. We need conferences and all these places, and I can just meet you guys. And I check my pulse a lot, my pulse ox a lot, I guess, because I want to know what it is. And I know it's different on the plane. My normal pulse ox is 93 to 95. When I get on the plane, it's about 89, 88-ish. How's the wedding plans going along? They're coming. We finally have a venue and a date, finally. Everything else, I'm just trying to plan it all out. It's hard because everything's so expensive. But we're having the wedding at my fiance's work. He works at a golf course, so we got a really good discount on it, so that'll be good. But the wedding planning's coming along. It's hard. There's a lot to do. But yeah. I check my pulse ox probably once a day, if not more. If I'm having chest pain, I check it a lot more. I check my heart rate pretty much every day. It's weird because, like, with my fiance, he doesn't have a heart problem. So I think I've rubbed off on him checking it. Whenever I check my heart rate, because I just randomly do, he'll check his, and it's kind of funny that, like, he'll check his when I'm checking mine. But yes, I will post pictures for sure. I will not leave you out, don't worry. Pretty much post pictures of everything that's happening in my life. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I do. It's fun. But yeah. Does anybody have any more questions? If not, that's okay. I can do more of these. Thank you. I'm so glad that I can give you guys hope. And I know sometimes having HLHS is a scary thing, especially when I post that I'm in the hospital or, you know, I'm having a cath or whatever. It's a scary thing, but at least I wish I could see, you know, this as when I was a kid. You know, I wish there was a Facebook, social media around when I was a kid so that I could meet people that were older than me. Or so that my parents could meet people who have the same heart condition as their kid. It's so different than it was back then. But if you guys like me doing live Q&As, I can do more. It's fun. I like to read what you guys are writing. But it's a lot of fun. And I will keep you guys updated on everything like I do. So I am glad that I got some questions answered for you guys. Pretty much about anything. My son, 9 years old, he's watching right now. Hi! He wants to say hello to you and ask you, how does it feel at your age to have a heart issue? It's kind of weird, I guess. I don't want to say weird. Now that I've met so many other people my age or older that have heart condition, it's a lot easier, I want to say, to have heart condition because you can relate to other people. When I was a kid, I didn't have any friends that had heart conditions. I thought I was the only one. So this is kind of nice being an adult, having friends that have HLHS. Like, I've met Brenton and I've met, you know, all these other people, Kelly, who have HLHS in general. And even meeting other people who have a heart condition. You relate so much in an instant knowing you have the same thing. I feel like it's easier as an adult because you can relate to other people, but at the same time, it's hard because we don't know what's going to happen. If I knew, you know, something was going to happen at a certain age, that'd be great. I mean, would I really want to know? I don't know. I guess I can take that back. But I guess it's easy and it's hard because you don't know what's going to happen to you. But it's easy because you can talk to other people who have it or have gone through something. Like, there's a group on Facebook that I'm a part of that is all women with CHD. So I asked them, you know, I haven't had a cath in 23 years. So what am I looking forward to here? And they can tell me. Pulse is around 75 to 85. It should get better after the Fontan. That's usually, I guess, what the Fontan does is bring their pulse ox up, and they'll grow into it, I guess. Did you have a G-tube? Yes, I did. As a kid, I did have a G-tube. Not fun. I remember my mom telling me stories about all this stuff, but not fun. She also gave me rice formula to gain weight before my Fontan so that I could gain enough weight for my Fontan. I'm so glad I could do that for you. I want to do more live Q&As. I can do it with my mom, so you guys can ask my mom questions. I can do it with my dad, my sister. I can do it with my fiance if you have spouse questions, you know, anything like that. How long did you have the G-tube? I think my mom said like 3 or 4 months. I don't really remember. I'll have to ask her again. But yeah, I can do these videos with whoever you guys want to ask questions to. And I'm sure, you know, you could have questions for my fiance because how does he deal with, me going into the hospital or me having this cath or whatever. And then you can also ask questions for my mom, because she's now a parent living with an adult who has HLHS, and a lot of you have kids. So it's you can get different angles on that. Okay, maybe after her Fontan, does she have her Fontan yet? Maybe after she won't be on it. G-Tube, I guess, is good for, to get things done. Kids, okay. I have asked, before even being engaged, I did ask about kids. I've had different answers. So since I've moved around a lot, I've seen different cardiologists. My main cardiologist at Mott Children's Hospital at University of Michigan has said that I can have kids. That I would have to have a C-section, but I can have children. The cardiologist that I saw when I lived in California said that I can have kids, but I wouldn't need a C-section, which kind of scared me. Because that's a lot of pressure on the heart. And I called my mom, and she's like, I don't know what he's talking about. And then my cardiologist here at All Children's Hospital in St. Petersburg said that I can have kids, but have a C-section. So the answer is yes, I can have kids. I do know that I will be on bed rest for the majority of the pregnancy, and that I will most likely be on oxygen as well. So I pretty much need to plan it with my cardiologist, is what he told me. So when we want to start having kids, we pretty much need to do all the testing and genetic testing, making sure my body is ready to have kids, that my heart function is ready, which is another reason this cath is a good idea, so we can see how my heart function is doing. Because after the wedding, we get to see if we want kids or not. Besides delivery options, is it safe for you to carry the pregnancy? I actually haven't asked that question. I have met a girl who has HLHS who's 21, I believe. She has had a child. She said she was on bed rest for a while. She was on oxygen, and that was pretty much what she did. So I don't know. I don't want to say it's safe. I want to say that I'm going to have to be cautious. I'm going to have to be on bed rest and with oxygen during that time. So we really need to plan it out where, I'm not working during that time, and that we can support ourselves through that. So I have met a girl who has HLHS, who has had a child. She said she went into heart failure because she delivered naturally, which scares the hell out of me, but which I think it would for anybody. And my mom, when she had my younger sister, she went into heart failure having my younger sister. So it's also scary that that happened to my mom and that it could possibly happen to me. So, I just want to plan everything out and make sure, all that stuff is planned. It sounds crazy when my daughter is only 15 months, but something like that. Oh yeah, my mom's thought about it since I was a baby as well, because back in 1990, they didn't really have any answers. And so now that we are adults with HLHS in 2016, you guys can ask us these questions that our parents couldn't ask. So of course, I would wonder too, and when and if I get pregnant, you guys will be along with the ride. I promise you that. It's not happening yet, but when it does, I will totally let you guys know. Does anyone else in my family have CHD? No. My dad has had a heart attack. I think my grandma did as well, but no one else in my family has CHD that we know of. I do want to do the genetic testing at Mayo, but that'd be pretty much a family trip, because we have to test my mom, my dad, my sister, make sure, to see if anybody else has CHD or not. But right now that we know, no one else but me has CHD in our family. Is there any more questions? Anyway, I hope you all have enjoyed this live Q&A, and I will do it again. If you guys have any more questions, you can post them on the comments, and I can make another live video or just another video in general. I feel like it make it easier from day to day. Oh yeah, she'll get used to it. She'll tell you when she's in pain or whenever she's feeling it. You learn your limits as an HLHSer on what you can and cannot do, and she'll learn those too. How often do I follow cardiology? Okay, when I was living in Michigan, I would go once a year. Now that I'm a new patient, well, I was a new patient in Florida, I go every 6 months because they don't really know me as well. And I only go if I go extra than the 6 months if I was in the hospital or whatever, had chest pain. I don't know how to explain she's different from her siblings. I've met a lot of families that will say that they have their sister or brother or whatever has a special heart. Her heart's special, their heart's special. You have to be careful with her special heart, or, her heart went through more things than yours or something like that. When I was at the conference at Many Little Hearts in Chicago this year, they talked about that you can buy or get made these books that explain everything. So they can be simple, they can be detailed, however you want. And you can make this book that explains everything to your HLHS kid or their siblings, which I thought was really cool. And you can also explain, you're going in for your Fontan, this is what's going to happen, all in these books, and they can read it and feel more comfortable with the situation. Yes, I will get my mom to do a live video with me at some point. Maybe after Thanksgiving. I'll set that up and let you guys know when that's happened. Is a Sunday a good time? I know everyone's so different. But yeah, I'll post it and ask what days are good for everybody. Take daily. For HLHS, I take an aspirin, 81 milligrams aspirin every day. That's it. That's all I take. I have had a blood pressure monitor to check my blood pressure, to make sure my blood pressure is not elevated, because it's always elevated when I go to the doctor because I don't want to be there. So they take my blood pressure probably 4 times when I'm at the doctor because it's so high, because I don't want to be there. Are you on MDCP? I don't really know what that is. What is MDCP? I'm not sure about that. Has aspirin ever had side effects on you? Not really. When I go on the airplane, I take 2 instead of 1 because it helps more with blood flow. When we drove, when I drove cross country, I took like 3 aspirin, I think, just because I'm going to be in the car for so much longer. When I know I'm going on a flight, I'm going to take at least 2 because I don't like to get up on planes. I don't know about you. I don't like getting up. So I pretty much just sit the whole 2.5, 3 hours on the plane. So when I get up, my feet are swollen. I was 2.5 years old when I had my Fontan. I know the ages are different and depending on each person now, but I had my Fontan when I was 2.5 years old. I can actually show you the aspirin that I take if I find my purse. I just take the regular aspirin, I guess. I just take this. That's all I take. 81 milligrams once a day. I usually take it at night. That's when I remember. Oh, no. I am not on the Dependent Child Program for Medicaid. I'm not on that. I'm on the Obamacare program. So hopefully I can still be on that. No, because I'm 26, I'm not on my parents' insurance anymore. So it's a little different when you're over 26. 7 months, 1 month. I'm so glad he's doing good. Insurance. So with Obamacare, you can be on your parents' insurance till you're 26. I am 26. So I have a independent Obamacare thing that I'm on. And I think it's like $40 a month. It's not bad. It doesn't really it doesn't really cover everything. Like when I went to go see my general doctor here, I had to pay $50 copay, which sucks, but what can you do? And then when I see like a specialty, like cardiology, it's $100 copay. So, that's a lot of money that's going just to copays right there. And then, but I can, once I get into like a full-time job or my career that offers insurance, I can get it that way. But right now, until that happens, I'm on this Obamacare plan for now. And, when they ask about pre-existing conditions, that's always fun to explain. But I guess have them stay on your insurance as much as possible if you have good health insurance at your work, which is what I was on with my parents until I turned 26. And then you can't be on it anymore, sadly. Yeah, you don't really think about it growing up. What am I going to do about health insurance? Because you don't think about that as a kid. I wish there was I never had a class about that, but I wish there was. Sports growing up, yes, I did. I played softball for 12 years. I played soccer for about 4. I even tried basketball, but the running was too much for me. And I came to love softball, so softball was my sport. The only reason I stopped playing is because in high school, I was trying out for the varsity team, and I fell with about 50 pounds weightlifting on my back. So I compressed 3 discs in my back, which caused me to not play anymore. So it wasn't even my heart, which is interesting. But yes, I played sports. Let them play, let them try. I really wanted to try basketball. My mom didn't want me to. Tried out anyway, and I see why she didn't want me to, because there was so much running. But at least I tried it, and I tried what I thought I could do. And when you figure out you can't do it, then go on to the next sport. But softball, there's short distance running, so it was kind of nice. You run, take a breath, run, take a breath, kind of thing. Do I have a chest protector? I did not. In softball, I did not wear a chest protector. Oh my God, I can't talk. Should I have? Probably. I didn't. I have been hit in the ankle. I've been hit in the head. But I've never been hit in the chest and at a sport. So, I guess with softball, I'm turned. So if I were to get hit, I'd get hit in the shoulder area. I've been hit in the head and the ankle, but that's pretty much it. How often do you end up at the hospital with visit and stays? Sorry, we end up there so often. No, I get it. Let's see. This year alone, from January to now, I've gone 4 times? Maybe? 3 or 4 times with chest pain. I am the kind of person that does not want to go. I hate going to the doctor. I hate, even if it's not a cardiologist or a general doctor, I hate going. So when I have chest pain, I feel like I have a high tolerance for pain. So I don't really go if I think I don't need to. So I only go if there's a symptom that's different or I cannot take the pain. So I've gone, I think, 3 or 4 times this year alone. Were you allowed to participate in gym? I actually talked about this in the beginning of the video, but yes, I took gym in middle school and high school all the way up, or not in high school, in middle school. And we had to run the mile. And my gym teacher was awesome. He just let me do whatever I needed to do. So I walked the mile when we had to do that. I participated in whatever I needed to participate. And in high school, I guess the gym activities were more tougher. I'm not really sure. But my cardiologist said he didn't want me to participate. So I didn't. I got a note that said I didn't need to. My son's school would not allow him this year. Why wouldn't they allow him? I feel like if he wants to participate and if they just let him do what he can do, then he should be able to. Unless it's like prescribed by your doctor, I guess. Do you still D-stat? Or follow more on other cues to see if there may be issues? I don't really know what D-stat means. I guess I should look this stuff up. I know liver issues are a problem with Fontan. That's why with this cath, they're also checking my liver. And then they want to do a liver biopsy to see what's happening, I guess. So far, the only issues that I know with HLHS are liver issues. But everyone's different, so I can't really say what issues I'm going to have because I don't really know. But, only when I'm on the plane. So far, it hasn't dropped. Only when I'm on a plane, my O2 drop. That's the only time. Or a different, I guess, altitude is different. Heart cath. I haven't had one in 23 years. And my first one in 23 years will be in December 12th of my heart cath for 23 years. I'm not excited. I keep saying that. But yeah, so I haven't had one in a long time, but they want to do one now, so we're going to do that. So I'll keep you guys updated on that one too. But I don't really know how often you're supposed to have heart caths as an adult. I don't really show. Yes, I have had a cardiac MRI. That sucked. Oh my gosh. I had it probably 5-6 years ago before I even started this page. And that was traumatizing. Because they put like a thing over you and you can't move, and I don't know if I'm claustrophobic or what, but I had to be sedated for that. I could not do the cardiac MRI. I don't know why. How low does your O2 go? When I am on a plane, it'll get down to 88, 89. Normally, when I'm just like right here, it's from 92 to 96, 94, 95-ish. I've had it go to 98, and I was shocked. And the lowest I've gone is only when I'm on a plane. That's it. There any other questions? Or questions of questions? Either way. Thank you. I think it's good too. But I do check my pulse ox every day. Just because, I don't know, I feel like I need to know what it is. Okay. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this live Q&A. And if you have any more questions, you can post them at the bottom of this video. This was fun. We'll have to do it again. Bye, guys.